It was a cold Thursday afternoon when Richard Langston, a self-made billionaire tech mogul, turned the steering wheel of his sleek black Mercedes onto the winding road leading to his daughter's prestigious private school. The media knew him as the ruthless mastermind behind one of Silicon Valley's most powerful software empires. But today, he wasn't a mogul. He was just a father, trying to surprise his daughter, Amelia, by picking her up after months of being too busy. The last-minute decision was sparked by guilt. Amelia had left him a voicemail the night before, soft, uncertain, asking if he'd make it to her school play. He missed it. Again. This drive was a peace offering. As the school gates came into view, the usual line of luxury SUVs and high-end sedans stretched along the curb. He pulled up beside a familiar security guard, who recognized him immediately and nodded with a smile. Everything seemed normal. Too normal. He parked and waited. 3 minutes turned into 10, students poured out. Laughter. Backpacks bouncing. Parents waving. But no Amelia. Richard finally stepped out and approached the front office, his footsteps quick and heavy on the marble floor. The receptionist, Mrs. Blake, looked up with a puzzled expression. "She left, Mr. Langston," she said. Her driver picked her up at 3:10. Just like every Thursday. Richard's brows nodded. Her driver. "I told my assistant to cancel him today. I'm here." Mrs. Blake blinked. I didn't know. She left with someone in the same car she always takes." He had the ID. Everything checked out. A chill ran through Richard's veins. His hands tightened into fists. "I need security footage. Now." The school administrator hesitated but, recognizing the panic flickering in Richard's voice, obliged. In the surveillance room, the grainy footage played back. There she was, Amelia, walking briskly toward the gate. She smiled and waved. But the man who opened the car door wasn't James, the regular driver. He was taller, leaner. Sunglasses. Cap pulled low. Still, the black town car was identical. Even the license plate was a match. It was almost perfect. Richard stared at the screen, pulse pounding in his temples. "That's not James," he said, his voice ice. The footage ended with the car pulling away, disappearing into the late afternoon traffic. Richard's phone was already to his ear, barking orders to his head of security. GPS on the car was disabled. James' phone. Dead. Police notified? Not yet. They were handling it quietly, for now, but something didn't sit right. The impersonation was flawless. Too flawless. Whoever took Amelia had studied their patterns, mimicked their routines, and executed it with surgical precision, and then, his phone buzzed, an unlisted number. No caller ID, he answered, breath caught in his throat. A voice came through, distorted, mechanical. "You have 36 hours. No police. Or she disappears." Then silence. Richard stood frozen in that tiny room, the hum of the security system ringing in his ears. His daughter was gone. And the game had just begun. The hours that followed were a blur of chaos, phone calls, security sweeps, and silent panic simmering beneath Richard's cold exterior. On the outside, he was composed, calculating. On the inside, every ticking second felt like a countdown to something unimaginable. By midnight, Richard's private team had pulled every street camera feed within a 5-mile radius. The car vanished somewhere between the school and the city's industrial outskirts. No ransom demand. No known enemies. Just that cryptic call, but Richard knew better. This wasn't random, this was personal. He sat alone in his study, lights low, shadows dancing across the glass walls. A memory flickered, 7 years ago. A boardroom. A hostile takeover. A man named Elias Crow. A brilliant engineer turned rival. Richard had crushed his company overnight with a strategic leak and a brutal lawsuit. Elias had lost everything. Rumors said he vanished off the grid.